Alrighty, so here we are back playing some more Tropico 6, and today we are on to, I believe it's now episode number 13 in the Tourism Island playthrough. In last episode we completely finished up the last island we were working on, which sort of housed our like family resort, a ginormous theme park. And so we also laid the foundations for 2 more islands, which I definitely want to fill out rather quite quickly in this episode. And then we'll move on to the rich island as well, like the filthy rich island. And once that's complete, then all we gotta do is the 3 cultural islands. And so there is a potential that I will finish this entire island today, but if not, then it should definitely happen by the end of the next episode. So let's get into it. Alrighty, so here we are sitting on $4.3 million. The island's looking really good. Allow everyone to vote freely. There's no way we miss out on any elections. And let's check the electrical grid to see if there's anything disconnected from the main grid. And it looks like everything is connected, so that is nice. Anyways, we have successfully completed 3 whole islands. I guess 4 if you count the main island with the like our central island, I suppose, which houses all of our food production. It houses all of our important buildings, the Trade Institute. Let's actually provoke a bull market if we can. I totally forgot to be doing this. Cotton, uranium, cocoa, which not the most important of things. Pharmaceuticals, balloons, logs, iron, canned goods, and fish. We're not worried about any of this, but I suppose pharmaceuticals, balloons, and logs seems the most reasonable. Let's just go ahead and do as many as possible. Unused provocations, 12. You're joking. I mean, screw it, let's just keep doing more. Chocolate, this one's really good. Let's see if we can potentially find cars on here. Low probability, but it would be nice. Cocoa, rum, planks. That one makes sense. Meat, hides, and oil. Boats, juice, and sugar. That one makes sense as well. Let's do the boats, juice, and sugar. Canned goods, apparel, planks. And to me, what makes sense is if it's a trade good that is actually produced in a building, like an industry building, because if you were to increase the prices of a bunch of like raw resources, then it's going to cost more money to import those if you want to use them to fuel an industry. And so like canned goods, we produce that in an industry. Apparel and planks all come from industry buildings, and so we could import, you know, like cloth, wood, and then something that can be canned. And then because these 3 are going to go up, then we'll make like twice as much money as we normally would have. So that one makes sense. And we're just looking for cars. There's cars. Okay. And so it would be nice if we could provoke some bears to attack anything that's just sort of in the way. Because cars, it might take like forever for cars to actually reach the bull market. And then same thing with our chocolate. But anyways, let's actually check exports. We can sell cars to Russia for, oh wow, look at that. Route income 34,000. What? Did cars go up recently? That'd be really good. Cars did go up. Look at that. What the heck? That's really good. That's like insanely good. That means that we're going to make a lot of money pretty soon. So we could do cars to Russia, but I don't want to. I want to do cars to America and cars to EU, the EU. So we're going to do this and that. Let's lock in some trades to make them sort of happy as well. Bananas, hides, logs, nickel, oil. None of this is concerning me. Let's see if they have any imports that we can do. Jewelry. Jewelry could be good, potentially a lot of money to be made there. So let's go ahead and check the actual price of jewelry right now. Jewelry's $26,000. If you have 1,000 jewelry, you'll sell it for 26,000. So 26,000. And if we come and check out this deal, we can import it for 19,000. So every time a dock shows up, we'll pretty much just print like $6,000, which isn't bad, right? So 6,000 times 20 equals a pretty good chunk of change, right? And so then what we can do is sort of get even more money by, ooh, we already have reduced import taxes. I was supposed to have changed that a long time ago. Anyways, we'll do this one. It says we're going to lose $65,000, but I know for a fact that we'll actually make money. So let's go ahead and sign this deal here. And then let's see if we can actually sell the jewelry to someone else for even more money. That would be nice. Doesn't look like it. And we should still have a chocolate trade to America, which is nice. So now we can switch this back to special tax. Alrighty. So that's all pretty neat. And we're looking for, in 5 months, we're looking for any export of cars to Europe or to America. Because those two countries are the ones that we have the highest relations with. And because of that, they're the ones that are going to give us the best deals. And so if we get really good deals from them, stimulate exports, increase the price of the export to them, then potentially we could get something like plus 92% on cars. Would be like, I don't even know, like close to 50k, probably over 50k if we were to get 92%. $50,000 for 1,000 units of cars. And then if we really luckily got a car import, say someone we're importing for 49 or 39,000, right? Let's check out what reduce. I'm just sort of geeking out about the math of this game. I really shouldn't right now. But 35,000 units of cars, or for 1,000 units of cars. And if we're selling it for 50k, that's $15,000 we'd be printing. On top of the jewelry, 6,000. We'd be printing 20k every time that a freighter shows up. It doesn't really matter. We have so much money anyways, but that's all just some interesting math. Special tax. Okay. Let us go. And yes. So pretty much this is all done all the way up here. All of this is done. All the way through this is all finished as well. Even these two little islands. Probably won't use this one. And then this is all done. Our nice downtown skyscraper area. Let's get a quick look at it all. And then we have this area here, which is really just an airport. Down here we have like a very fancy hotel. And then on over here we have another bit of downtown with 2 solar power plants, which is nice. A lot of hotels and stuff mixed in, and then it slowly gets like lower and lower. Like we have a lot of skyscraper hotels, and then more and more normal hotels, and then nothing but normal hotels. And then it turns into nothing but family resorts. So a lot of families out here, which is really nice. And this is all just resort land. Bunch of different roller coasters mixed in. Kind of have a feeling that I didn't set one of these to G Factor 2. Nope, all of them are. Special momentum, cool. So everything is maximized for money making. And then we have some snorkel bays out here. And then we're getting on to this island here and this island here. Sadly, in the last episode, I was most of the way, I think, through this island, like setting up all of the basic necessities, and then I failed to record finishing this one and setting up like most of this one. But pretty much what happened was we put a bunch of media buildings, whatever we needed. So we got all the newspapers down, all the radio stations down. I built them a cathedral. I put down some theaters set on the improv theater work mode. They have a high school. Pollution should be taken care of no matter what we build. A couple restaurants here and there, some groceries for food. And then I threw down a nuclear power plant. I'm not sure if I actually covered this. I just seen the space and I was like, you know what? We'll do one nuclear power plant here. Because once uranium gets put in this, that's going to be a bunch of electricity, which is going to be very, very useful for us. I wanted to do something for like every class type. So for the poor, we have the improv theaters, some comedy clubs. For the well-off, really just a restaurant. Let's get the freezer upgrades. So restaurants for them. And then for the rich, they have a gourmet restaurant, which is pretty cool. So anyways, now all we've got to do is fill these areas in with as many buildings as possible, and that'll be finished. And so then I want to maybe use this strip of land. I might think of something. You know what we could do is, whatchamacallits? Some luxury hotels. I think making like a little rich area here could be kind of neat. Mix in like some casinos, nightclub, all sorts of super duper fancy rich people stuff on this little island here, and that'll look cool. And then throughout here, nothing but more filthy rich stuff all the way down. And then nothing but filthy rich stuff here, filthy rich stuff over here. Not here because it's kind of close to our industry. I think that'll kind of look funky, but yeah, that'll be all of that done. And then all we have is the 3 outer islands, this one, this one, this one. Bam, the whole entire thing will be done. So without further ado, let's definitely get rolling. So let's go ahead and hit play. Let's go ahead and turn on our urban development edict. Let's go check in on religious opinion because we're going to be building a lot of apartments. And as we found out throughout this series, the religious faction hates when we build apartments, especially a lot of them. They like clinics, they like churches and cathedrals, but they like hate everything else. But anyways, it's really high right now, so we can definitely start tossing down a lot of apartments. So let's just start Control-Shift-clicking them in. And I wanted to build skyscrapers next to the docks, so let's actually throw in a couple modern apartments. Kind of like the idea of like one here. Switch this over to this one there, one here. Okay, so these 6 city blocks here I think will be perfect for it. Get the upgrades. Max out the budget on all the buildings just so we have like as much happiness as possible. Housing happiness should be like 100. The only reason it won't be is because people don't have houses to live in. That should be the only reason, because I've set like all of the housing to the max for a while. So now all we got to do is keep clicking on residential occupancy, keep putting down residential buildings until we find some buildings that aren't completely, that have some vacancy. That's what we're looking for. Vacant housing buildings. So let's do, suppose this. Control-Shift-Click. 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 I'm content with this amount. And I think we're already running into vacancy, so that's good. So let's go ahead and toss in, perhaps what we can do right now is, first off, let's throw in just like a random office. Go back to tourism, skyscraper hotels. It's the front of the building that way. Let's do one there and one here. And one way down here. Everything else, let's go ahead and throw in offices. If we can find them. Okay, so these 3 city blocks here are finished. Max out budgets. We are running into, oh, a trade route was completed. Which one? The boat import. That's fine. Let's go ahead and do this real quick. Let's do the Caribbean Trade Pact Association and go and see if we can find any good imports. So furniture, furniture for way less money than it's being sold for. That's good. Steel from the Middle East. Where are the rest of the really good imports? Fireworks, rubber, iron, leather, smart furniture, and then like fish maybe? You're supposed to get 4 import deals that are really good, but we're only getting 1, which is furniture at 81% off. But if we go and check trade deals, trade prices, let's find furniture. Oh, it's actually kind of up, so almost $10,000. And in this trade deal, we're getting it for $2,000. So we're printing 8,000 roughly every time a freighter shows up for 29 freighters, which is pretty good. So let's go ahead and lock that deal in. Let's pause the game. Come on over here and get an even better deal on it. Reduce import taxes. And let's find the furniture at 90% off. So it's only $1,000 and we're selling it for almost 10,000. And that's 29 times that's going to happen. So that's, yeah, roughly pretty close to 300,000, if not more. So we can sign that, and then let's do stimulate exports, and real quickly let's see if there's anyone who wants to actually buy the furniture. We can sell it to America. America will buy it for 13,000, so let's go and do that. And then what we can do is we're purchasing 29,000, and so we'll sell America 10,000 at that price. So that's fine. And then we can go back to special tax. Cool. So that's just a fair bit of money that we'll be making. I shouldn't really be focusing on it too much considering the fact that we are just like so close to finishing this island on it. Let's check population. Homeless families. I wonder who is homeless around here. Radio station. Retired. Radio station. Teamster's office. Police station. This, that. I'm curious. I'm pretty sure I set all of the wages up well enough. Control click. Yeah, hopefully it's all fine. Let's just go around real quick and throw down some random apartment buildings. Hopefully that'll kind of help out a bit. Hopefully this doesn't make the religious faction too upset too quickly. Not too bad. Max out budget, electrify this all. Giving a very good housing quality, and let's check residential occupancy. So that one got filled in immediately, and these ones are still empty, so we are looking good. Let's go ahead and do a bit of poor housing. We can do this one here, perhaps this one over here, and this one right here. So anyone who can't afford any of the housing that we've placed thus far can definitely afford this, as long as they have a job. So getting a housing quality over 100 even for a building set for the poor class, which is pretty nice. So some vacant housing around, that seems fine. And then let's go ahead and just start setting up a bunch of tourist buildings. Let's do a bunch of hotels. That's what we're looking for. Control shift clicking in a bunch of them. Hopefully this doesn't make any factions too upset. Anyone feel averse towards it? I don't think so. Cool. So hotels are total free reign. Hotel camarote, air conditioning. That would be nice to do, but we're going to need a lot of electricity for that. Let's go and get the upgrades for these. And how's this nuclear power plant doing? It's doing well. So it is generating money, but we're going to need even more electricity. Or it's generating electricity, but we're going to need more. Let's go ahead and just sort of place down as many. Oops. Of these buildings as we possibly can. These don't make the conservatives too upset, so we can definitely build quite a bit of them. And I'm thinking if we can fit one more somewhere around here. No. That should be plenty for a while though. Let's go ahead and max out the budget, and yep, we're over 1,000 again. So hopefully is this enough to get all of these upgrades? It is. Okay. So that's doing pretty good, I'd say. Let's check out on the population. Unemployed, we have way more jobs than unemployed people, and we have a bunch of homeless families still. So let's go over here and build a bunch more stuff. Let's go ahead and first off do some tourist ports. I'm thinking, yeah, one here, and then maybe one right next to this. Perfect. I like this. Max out the budget. Let's leave these on economy. Flower lay dispenser, that's fine. Okay, cool. And then let's do this area up as much as we can. So modern apartments again. And let's go ahead and start control shift clicking these in. I like that idea. This one. I really like this. Okay. Max out the budget, get all the upgrades. We're looking for some more. Oof, a bunch of buildings are on fire, so let's go and send helicopters to put out a bunch of fires. It's like flicking back and forth between only two of them. Alrighty. So pretty much all of these fires are going to get dealt with, and now we can continue to focus on building up this area. So first things first, let's go ahead and get down some... Did I build a bank around here? Let's build a bank. Oh, just can't quite fit it there. I suppose here is fine enough. Continue along. Let's go ahead and do one... Let's do 2 offices. And then 2 skyscraper hotels. I think that is fine. This little strip of land is bugging me, so let's go ahead and do this and this and this. Okay. So that all seems fine. Max out budget here, get water coolers for all of these. Go ahead and get solar panel windows for everything, which we already have. And we're going to want a park right here, because we're not going to use this strip of land here for anything else. So we are spending a lot of money, but hopefully pretty soon we will be making a lot of money. Back doing that again. So now let's go ahead and quickly come over to this area. And what we can do is actually start building up some entertainment, luxury entertainment, that sort of thing, type of buildings. And we'll of course use these buildings for generating money from all the tourists showing up. So this, that, this, that. Let's go ahead and do a nightclub, I think, sort of in the downtown area, if possible. It would have been really nice if I kind of would have thought about that beforehand. That's okay, we can just do it over here, I suppose. Let's do it here. So max out budget, tourist only, dollar nothing, max out budget, tourist only, laser show. Alrighty, so no dress code, of course, because a lot of the people staying on this island are going to be only well off, all of the tourists, so we'll just leave that as is. Then we can go ahead and do just really simple parks. I'm kind of thinking, honestly, we could just do something like this. We're not going to use this strip of land. Maybe I should have built up another clinic, but yeah, it's fine. We also built this cabaret over here, max out budget, tourist only, playback equipment. I'm gonna leave it on dance acts as well. So let's go ahead and continue this sort of trend here. Let's go ahead and do a restaurant, I suppose, here. Go ahead and throw in a park here. Any park will do. Continue along. Press play while we let things get quick built. Nothing really that I'm thinking. Maybe we could have fit in a stadium somewhere, but it's probably fine. So we're going to want to mix in mostly cabarets, a couple more casinos. Let's go ahead and just get the casinos down now. I'm thinking maybe one here, and then one more over here. That should be plenty. Let's do... We don't have a whole lot of room out this way, so let's do a additional cabaret. And then what we can do is fill in the rest of the areas around here with hotels. And what I'm kind of thinking is we can do a restaurant here with the work mode, whichever work mode it is, that is like the child menus one. Hotel camarote, air conditioners, elevators, maxed out budget here, tourist only, kids menu, freezer upgrade, Max out budget, tourist only, playback equipment. Okay, perfect. This one, we'll leave this for our population. But over here, let's do the exact same thing. Kids menu, tourist only, freezer. This one's already set up properly. Let's max out budget here, tourist only, double or nothing. Okay, that all seems well. Perhaps we could build a park rent or a water park rent here somewhere. That seems fine. Let's build one here. Max out budget, tourist only. We'll leave it on fresh and clean. And do high pressure water jet. Okay. Only a couple more buildings that we really need to work on. If the game will ever load. Luxury. Let's do a Museum of Modern Art. I haven't done too many of these. So let's go ahead and put it here, I suppose. This time we will use a bit of space for an additional clinic. Might as well. And then all along the front of this building we can just throw in some parks. Looks like we can fit in 3, so let's go ahead and do that. Quick build that on up. Max out this budget here. Recent, I believe this means that well-off can show up here. Make it for tourist only, and that's perfectly fine. Max out budget here, get both upgrades. And that city block there is finished. Let's go ahead and throw in... You know what I kind of wish I would have done? We can do it here, maybe no. Let's move this like this. Now we have a 4x4 here, which we can fit in a building that I think looks rather quite neat, the Economy Hotel. Definitely something different than a lot of other buildings. And so because we built that up there, I do kind of want to set up this corner for some interesting stuff, interesting looking at least. I like the idea of a cabaret here. And then what else can we put in that'll look good? We could do a restaurant. We could also do a fancy restaurant. Let's do the fancy restaurant, a gourmet restaurant. Cool. So of course here, max out budget, process optimization, max out budget, tourist only on this one. Exquisite wine cellar. Let's make this one burlesque acts for rich people. So rich people can show up here on this like fancy looking corner and have a fair bit of fun. Cool. So I think it definitely looks kind of cool. All sorts of stuff kind of oriented towards like the corner of a city block, I think. But anyways, we've spent like $500,000 pretty quickly. Lots of vacant jobs. We don't have too many vacant or homeless families, so we do need to build up even more residential buildings, which is a good sign. Means we are starting to expand rather aggressively. Let's do one here, I suppose, and then one here. Let's hope that the religious faction, oh, they're starting to get really upset. Max out budget. Electrify. To sort of keep them off our back, first thing that we could go look for is potentially in here. There's a chance that we can find something that'll keep them happy. Let's check other factions just in case. What else have we got? Conservatives are like alright. Communist and religious factions. Those are the ones we really need to focus on. So let's go ahead and spend a bunch of our Swiss bank money looking for the communist faction, and we could also get stage distractions just in case we don't end up running into any. So let's pick that up. Communist standing, religious standing, perfect. Let's look for just a little bit more. Religious standing. I don't want to go below 20k, that's fine. So quickly let's go and look, and as we can see, 46 religious standing and we have 36 communist standing. So that should buy us a bit of time while we finish building up this island here. I feel like there's not a lot of people walking around quite yet. Let's go ahead and throw in some parks, something like this could look kind of cool. Yeah, I think that looks fine. Tourist only, fresh and clean. Okay. So let's go ahead and see. Residential occupancy. We probably need even more housing over there. So let's go ahead and build up some more housing. Makes sense. Let's see if 4 will do the trick. It probably will. Max out budget, electrify it all. Residential occupancy, yeah, that's plenty. Things are looking pretty good around here. Let's go ahead and throw in a park here so I don't have to look at this spot anymore. And a park here. Can do that one there. That seems fine. We have like kind of a lot more stuff to build, so let's go ahead and keep at it. Let's go ahead and throw in a church just to keep the religious faction pretty happy. Max out budget, get the upgrade. Here, let's go ahead and throw in some parks in front of this clinic. Potentially we can do something weird, something I've never done before. Let's do that. That's fine. Okay. Not all these buildings are completely full yet, but they're starting to get there. Unemployed, lots of college people that need a job, college educated people. But by and large, we should be totally fine. Yeah, there's plenty of jobs, and hopefully soon we'll have plenty of housing available for everyone. Let's check the residential occupancy over here. Yeah, we definitely need some additional housing out this way, so let's go ahead and throw some up. And then let's go ahead and put down some housing for the poor class, just so they have somewhere to live as well. Max out budget, electrify everything, check residential occupancy. Yep, that works. Yeah, that's totally fine. So they're doing well, these guys are doing well. And I definitely want to finish this as quickly as possible. But real quick, let's go ahead and do the tourist buildings, the beach villas. And we'll start, I think, kind of after this bend. So we're just looking for any open spacing for any of these buildings. This is definitely going to make like some faction really upset. Probably the communist faction, I reckon. But that is a bullet we are willing to bite. Cool. So now we have this entire area all finished up. And I'm really surprised that a faction didn't get really mad. Yeah, the environmentalists got really mad at us. Minus 58 from beach villas, but that's okay. Air conditioning on all those, 145 megawatts. How much electricity do we have? We have plenty. Enough to get that at least. And we wanted these to all be on Quiet House. So only Filthy Rich will show up here. So we have a lot of space for Filthy Rich Tropicans to show up. And this is telling me sort of that we should actually build up an entirely new airport. This one we want set up for the Filthy Rich to show up. So let's demolish all of this up and actually get it down real quick. Cool. Max out budget, luxury airliner, get all the upgrades. Perfect.
Welcome to the jet age with a newly constructed Esteban Memorial Airport.
Cool. Alrighty, so let's quickly try and finish this on up. We could even build some luxury entertainment stuff out here. And I mean, I might as well get it done quickly. So let us do it. A landing. We could also bring a road down this way. That could be kind of a good idea. Doing something like that. Like that. Cool. I like the way that's looking. And so what we're going to want to do is sort of make like one area. What we could also do is this. Let's demolish that. Drag this down to be straight for as long as possible and then curve it out like that. Last second. Okay. So this gives me like a right angle, some straight roads to work with here. And what I'm thinking is we could do something like luxury hotels. I want like a lot of space for these, so 3 and then 3 away. We're not gonna be able to fit this one quite as good. Let's do, I guess, this like that, and then this like that. Okay. I'm content enough with this. Let's max out the budget, and we're gonna need more electricity, so let's go and quickly build up some new wind turbines. All throughout here seems like a totally fine place. Oh. Am I building the wrong building? I am. Oof. Offshore wind turbines. Oof. I thought I was holding shift and control. Nowhere here, ridiculous. Let's go over here then. Hopefully this is enough to get us by for a while. Max out the budget, yeah, 1000 megawatts, perfect. Okay, so with these in place, I do want to do just a couple of super filthy rich sort of buildings. Let's start with this. Let's definitely get them a yacht club. Makes sense. And then we can do a beach resort for only filthy rich people to show up at. And then what's the Museum of Modern Arts like special work mode? I think it has something to do with yeah, we could do a modern masterpieces one. I think that's fine. I don't want it like that. Let's do it all the way down here. What else can we do? A nightclub for only the rich to show up at. Could also do this one here. That could be kind of cool. Gourmet restaurant, of course. Nightclub, this, that, theater, cabaret for the filthy rich as well. Casino, cocktail bar. We could also do a pool out here and make it for only adults to show up at. Luxury entertainment, a golf course for them. Let's see what else. A casino, not super filthy rich sort of building, but I feel like it fits. Let's see what else. Done like one of everything. Anything else here? Like none of these buildings are specifically for rich people or can even be turned into a building for only rich people, so we will use what we have here. Of course, max out budget, permanently exclusive.
They fought the deadly computer worm that attacked on Wednesday and emerged victorious. The internet is safe again. We are in your debt, leader.
Max out budget, ultra modern, no modern masterpieces, tourist only. Max out budget, playback equipment, burlesque acts. Max out budget, no children. Tourist only, is this one on tourist only? It isn't. Tourist only, max out budget. Mucho importante. So each one that shows up here is giving us $2,400, which is pretty gnarly. Increases fee by 10%. I feel like that never really worked anytime that I ever tried to do it, so we'll just leave this on the normal work mode there. Max out budget, cocktail time. Tourist only. Max out budget, upper class. Cool. Max out budget, Club membership required. Go for deterrent system. Cool. Max out budget. Prima donna. Alright, so all of this is almost completely set up. Almost forgot this building. Tourist only. High roller club. Laser show. Cool. So this is super rich people area. So now all we gotta do is throw in a bunch of parks and we'll call this area finished. So what I'm thinking is we'll only focus on areas in the center here. So we could keep it really simple and just do a bunch of 3x3 squares or 3x2 squares like this. Additionally, we could do trying to think of some way to make this look nice. Could do 3x3 squares maybe. What do we have in terms of the different design options? Not a whole lot. Could do one of these here. And then maybe one of these here. And then what do we have in the middle? Yeah, like it's just not the greatest of sizes, honestly. But we'll work with it. Let's do this. And then perhaps on the other side as well. Flip it like this. I sort of hate it, but we're going to roll with it. Then let's go ahead and do these all the way down as far as we can. We have a 3x3 space here. Let's do the park. Do this one. Then we have a 2x1. Guess we can do this one here. I kind of want to park down around this. So we'll do that one. And then I want to park all the way around from here, over, and then down. So all of this area. Every last bit of space that we can squeeze out of this. We could do turn off random variations, do one like that, one like this, and then some 1x1s here. Start with one of these, and then one here. So as you can see, the entrance to the building is here, and then they gotta walk like through this very fancy looking area. And then a 1x1, anything simple, honestly. We need 2x2s, so let's do something kind of similar to the last one, like that seems fine. And then we can come over here, do this, and now we have this area here. What is this? Let's look at 2x3 parks. Can do something like this, and then one like this. And then we just need something in the center here that makes sense. Could do that. It's definitely pretty unique, something I've never done before. And then all we gotta do is that. And I guess that works fine. And then we have a 2x1 here. Let's just throw that in. Okay, perfect. So I'm kind of forgetting this area over here. Let's just tidy it up real quick. Tidy it up. Turn off random variations. Boom, boom, boom. And then I guess we can just honestly do the exact same thing over here. Well, you know what? We can make it a tiny bit more fancy. We can do that, and then this, that. And real quick, because it's going to bug me, even though we'll probably never come back to look at this, let's drag this road all the way down to here and then have it curve this way. Just so I can put a bunch of parks in front of here. And by a bunch, I mean really just these two and something in the center. Cool. So we'll call this area finished. I think it looks good enough. A bunch of rich people can show up. And this is all for rich people here. So the same way that we set this area up here, we're going to set up this entire strip of land over here to be the exact same way. It'll take a bit of time, but this is a bunch of stuff done. All of these rich people here on these entire strips of island, the island, they will use all of this stuff as well. So it's not just these very fancy hotels, but each of these is technically one singular room for filthy rich people to show up. So that's pretty interesting. Let's go ahead and get back to trying to finish up this island real quick. Residential occupancy, as we can see, all of the houses are full again. So let's go in and start building up some apartments. Let's start with this, and then that, and then here. Let's see how well that does. Seems fine. Max out budget, electrify it all. Okay. And so then let's go ahead and continue over here. Start building up this area a bit. Check economy, current tourists. There's as many tourists on the island as our population, which is pretty crazy. And I think we have even more room capacity. Yeah, there's a lot of room open right now for a lot of tourists to show up. That's kind of crazy. So let's go ahead and build up some more tourist buildings. And so you might have noticed we have an ultimatum, but remember we have a bunch of, we can distract factions away from ultimatums 7 more times. So we're sort of good. And so we'll just kind of just build willy-nilly, and anytime we notice one of these is getting low, we can go through and bring up there, or get rid of it pretty much. We can just deal with them 7 times, and then we can keep checking with the broker. There's another one, and like, let's refresh, there's another one. So now we have 9 uses of that, which is really nice. Alrighty, so let's quickly just slap down a bunch of tourist buildings. And by tourist buildings, of course, I mean hotels. Just get a bunch of them down very quickly. And we won't have to worry about it as much. Okay, so hopefully that's plenty there. Max out budget. Hotel camarote, air conditioned elevators. I knew we were gonna run out of electricity there. Not by much though, but I just knew it was gonna happen. I don't want to build too many down along like this area here, so we'll just try and stick them between these 2 islands here. And hopefully that will serve plenty well. Control shift click, of course. Just control shift click as many as possible in. Um, 400 megawatts, that should get us by for a bit. Did we electrify all these? We did. Okay. So that seems fine. There's a lot of new tourist buildings. Let's go ahead and start building up some entertainment buildings then, to make all these people happy once they show up. We can do one here, a casino, and then we can do a restaurant right next door. Yes. Let's do another cabaret. Let's also do an arcade. I mean, we don't build up many of them. Max out budget, tourist only, online, international. High score ranking system, tourist only. Double or nothing. Max out budget, kids menu, tourist only. Maybe we could do a fun fair pier if it'll fit. I would be happy. Yeah, I like that spot. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's just throw in a 2x3 square here to help out with the local beauty, and then do a park here as well. Tourist only. Extra round, concrete pier, more light. You know what? We'll leave this for everyone. That seems fine. This building's damaged. Let's go and repair it. Running into a lot of fires, but let's just get rid of this now. Communist standing. Someone wanted me to do something. Let's see if we can find out where that went. Issue the policy of deton. That's fine. In terms of more buildings, let's just do another restaurant. I wanted to get down another cabaret, so let's do that very quickly. What else am I thinking about? We can do a cocktail bar over here, sort of by the beach. I think that'll serve nicely. And we can fit in as many parks as possible around it. So it looks like we can get away with this park here, and then a 2x2. So let's go ahead and do that. Cabaret is finished, max out budget, tourist only, playback equipment, max out budget. What does happy hour do? Increases service quality by 5 but decreases the fee? I don't like that. So we'll leave it as is. Department of Defense is vacant. I totally forgot that we even had a ministry. It's probably completely empty now. Yeah, actually it is. Department of Education will do the communist, more like slots in our education buildings. Department of Defense will take the broker candidate, just free money. Economy, let's take environmentalist. No. Oh yes, the capitalist candidate, of course. Foreign Affairs will do environmentalist, increases overall tourism rating. Department of Interior. Could do the crime safety buildings. That'll be fine, I think. Okay, so that's kind of embarrassing. I forgot about that for a long time, and it's kind of important whenever you're playing as a capitalist island, because the Department of Interior, the one that gives the Department of Economy, having a capitalist candidate will make the entire island 7% more efficient, because like every single building's going to be on like max efficiency or max budget. And so it's just really going to be important because everything's just going to be that much better. Every single building in the entire island. So really important that you make sure and go back and cover that as often as possible. Every single housing building on this island is taken up, so that means we should build up more apartments. So very quickly, let's go ahead and do that. Go through, max out budget, electrify it all. Right here, I'm kind of thinking we could just throw in a bunch of parks. I think that'll be fine. We can't even fit one there, what? Let's do a 2x3 here. And then we can do a 2x2 here. That seems fine. I guarantee that we couldn't fit a 2x2 here, just too close to the beach. We can only do like some 1x1s, so let's do something simple. Something like that. Okay. So that's fine. Just doing as much as we can here. In front of this clinic, let's go ahead and throw in some 1x1s. And it looks like, honestly, I'm probably not going to be able to completely finish the island today. I always like underestimate. I underestimate how long it's going to take me to get stuff done. Like on every single episode for the entirety of my YouTube channel. Which is a-okay, I guess. There we go. Let's check residential occupancy. So even now, all of these buildings are completely full. Can we repair this, please? So let's fill in some more apartments. Let's do a tenement here, just in case there's some people who can't quite afford the apartments. Of course, I'll park here, and then we can't really fit anything out this way. We could put in a clinic, but I mean, it's kind of whatever. Can do this, and then we can do a 2x2, and then a 1x1, and then over here again. Ooh, no, not quite. We could do a clinic here. Yeah, let's do a clinic. Why not? And then a 1x1 park behind it. And then honestly, we could just park all of this up. Let's max out the budget here, get all the upgrades. Can we fit any 2x2s? No. So nothing but 1x2s are going to be behind here. But that's fine. Let's go and turn off random variations, and boom, just like that. That's a-okay. We can fit one park here. We can't fit any buildings besides like clinics here, so let's go ahead and keep it simple. Do something like that. Can do 2 of these like that, and then 1 like this. Okay, so we're wrapping this up, getting really close to having the entire island finished here. It'd probably be in our best interest to simply just build up nothing but residential buildings in the rest of these open slots. Can even go crazy with it and just build. Ooh, wow, look at that. This might not be a great idea, but I kind of like the idea of it. Because they're just standing nice. I wonder what their demand was. Because the normal apartments actually don't look too bad, as long as they're not like the exact same building over and over, but they don't look too bad when you put a bunch of them in a row, I think. Which isn't the case for a lot of buildings, but specifically the apartments, like they kind of go one into the next. And so that's probably like way more housing than we're gonna need. Probably for the rest, like definitely for the rest of this island here. There's a lot of housing here. So if we check residential occupancies, you can see like no one moved into those, but that's fine. Let's go ahead and throw in a couple more entertainment buildings then. Let's do a restaurant. We can leave this one specifically for our population because I haven't really done that too much. I think that's fine. Let's see about any parks that we can fit in here. We can do 2 1x2s and then another 1x2. Let's do boom, boom, and then yeah, no more open space, but that's okay. What we can do is 1 like this, 1 like that, 1 like that. Can do this one this way. And then maybe something like this. Perfect. Okay. So this entire island is finished now, which is really cool. Looks like a 1x2 is open right here. Let's go ahead and just throw in something. Let's do that. Okay. Oh, no, we have another space here. Let's do, I guess, a cabaret. We'll leave this one for our population as well. Did we set this all up? No. Max out budget. Leave it on the cloth napkins. Max out budget. Playback equipment. And we'll just leave that as is. So there's a couple more spaces over here. So let's go ahead and fill those in real quick. Let's do yet another restaurant for our population. And we should have built up a movie theater. No, we still have the theaters, I guess, for our population. I guess that's fine enough. Let's do 2 of these here. Another one here. Do this here. And absolutely no space out here. That's fine, I guess. We have a bunch of space here. Can we fit? No, we can fit a 2x3 here. And then that'll leave us with this, that, this, and then we have a bit of space out this way. But we can fit a 3x3 here. Let's do a nightclub for our population. What kind of sucks is that this is going to harshly decrease crime safety nearby. And there's not a whole lot that we can do about it. 2x3 here, let's do something. I guess we can do a gourmet restaurant for our population. So let's go ahead and max out budget. Leave this as is and change this to exquisite wine cellar. Max out budget there, laser show, and leave as is. So it looks like we're running into electrical issues again. Let's go ahead and continue the offshore wind turbine farm. Looks like we have plenty of space for this, which is nice. So I want to line up the camera so that we see like straight down and just control shift click in a row. Be as efficient as possible in terms of the amount of space that we have. I don't think any of these, yeah, none of these spaces are open. Let's do here perhaps. Yes, cool. So we can do just a bunch down this way now. Definitely not like the best looking layout for this, but it's definitely going to be quite efficient. We will call it a dub. The conservatives are getting mad, but like I said, we have a lot of distractions available to us, so that's fine. There we go. Let's go ahead and put down a park here. And not a whole lot left that I'm thinking about here. We can just do a fast food restaurant. We haven't really done too many of these. And then let's just park up everything else. Ooh, a 2x2 could go here. Let's just find some random 2x2. Let's do, I suppose, this one. 1x2s as many as we can here. We can only do one. That's okay. Let's do, I guess, this and then surround it with as many 1x1s as possible. And we'll do some random 1x2 here. Perfect. And so beyond this point, realistically, I don't really want to do anything else. So this island is now complete. We'll just let the game load in a little bit here. Oh no, there's some space up there, top right, that I missed out on. So let's go fill that in real quick. Don't want to leave any open spaces, any open gaps. Fill in as much as humanly possible. Let's do some touristy stuff. I guess we can do another restaurant out here. Don't want that ugly spot. Let's do here, I guess. Let's see if we can do another casino. Yes. This one facing the ocean seems okay. Let's do another cabaret. And then let's do a beach resort if we can fit it here. That'd be neat. That was like the perfect spot for it. Maybe we could do it here. And then probably just fill this area in with parks so that the beauty goes up a bit. Max out budget, tourist only, max out budget. Cocktail time, I guess. Automated beach cleaner. Max out budget, tourist only. Double or nothing. Playback equipment. We'll actually leave this on open doors. And then let's fit in as many parks as we can here. We can do, I guess, like that seems fine. And we'll just park up the rest of this out here. Out here we can just also do some more parks. Keep it simple. We'll just park all the way down to the end of there. That seems totally a-okay, and just like that we have completed yet another island. So we got quite a bit done today. We finished up this entire thing, all of that brand new. We also finished this all up, and we also got all of this up to here, up until the bridge. So we should fill in this area real quickly with a bunch more of those. And by those, of course, I mean these beach villas. So let's go ahead and put in more beach villas, and right here I'll do more beach villas, honestly. So let's go and find them real quick. Tourism. Beach villas, cool. Boom, boom. I should have had them face towards the ocean. But that's fine. And we'll just keep it simple and do something like that. And we won't put anything specifically on that part of the beach there. Quiet house, air conditioning. And let's go over here and do the exact same thing. So beach villas, villas. Let's do one facing this way, one facing here, and then one this way. Put one here we can. I don't want to like right next to the road, but shouldn't be so picky. And I'll do like 2 more pretty much up until here. Give it just a moment. Max out budget, quiet house, air conditioning. Looks like we aren't running out of electricity, I don't think. The issue more so is probably the fact that we need a new substation. Yes, So we'll just control shift click this one here for now. Then we'll come back later and place it into a better position. And just like that, we have finished up most of the island. So let me see if I can get the camera to work properly here. Alrighty, so I just checked the recording time and we are just a little past an hour, so I'm gonna go ahead and end it here. And I would have gotten more done. I probably would have finished up this entire bit if I didn't stop to do this. But this was kind of important. I mean, now we don't need to worry about it for the rest of the series, but all the way, like, real quickly, like, this is all finished. This is all finished here. This is all finished. So is all of this. This is all good all the way down to here. This entire island's good. This entire bit is done all the way up to here. And then all of this to here is done. So all we need to do is finish up this island, which this one's smaller than this island over here. So we could do this one pretty quickly. I'll definitely do this entire thing, and then I'll definitely do the rich island portion. This seems really easy, like it was pretty much just like this. So we'll do the exact same thing, probably the exact same amount of buildings here, and then maybe even do it again here. Maybe a couple more beach villas there. And then any part that's like out here, what I want to do is surround these with cabins and then build just some culturalist and backpacker type buildings all throughout here. A couple motels in the center. Make like a little center square, put cabins all around the edges, and then a couple of culturalist buildings there. Same thing over here. These will be really, really quickly done. So hopefully in the next episode, it'll be completely finished. And then I might do just like a bit of a time lapse and just see how much money we make by, I guess, 2024 would be kind of interesting because I won't touch the island at all. It'll just sit there, and what I can kind of do is click around and check on trade goods and stuff to see just exactly how much money we can extort out of this little system here. Anyways, I really hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, be sure to leave a like. And if you want to follow along with more Tropico 6 series like this, then be sure to subscribe. Peace.